aka Lady D, and I guess I can perhaps say good evening, huh? Because the sun is going down. I am here today. Let me see if I can get a little bit more light to stop by and just let you guys know that I was thinking about a couple of things today, as always. Let me see if I can get a little more light up in here. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work either. But we'll see. Anyway, I was just had to run and do this, that, but I am and I had some little issues earlier today with the tummy. Yeah, the tummy was acting up, but I'm taking it easy. Haven't eaten much today, but I'm taking it easy and try to get this under control. Having a little something to drink now. But one of the things I wanted to touch bases on today is why are some okay with sharing? Why are some okay with sharing? And the more I get certain things brought to me, presented to me, um, it's usually, and I'm not saying this is because I haven't did any statistical reviews, but it's usually coming to me um, more women who are saying they are the other woman and they're okay with that. They're fine with it because they're getting X, Y, Z from the one that they have, even though they are being shared. A lot of men is like, oh no, no, she won't do. She can have dude. She can go be with dude. She can go over there and live with dude. She can do whatever she been doing with dude, but she can't have me. Excuse me, y'all. So you got a lot of men who are not for that. But there's some who are okay in this day and age. I know of a situation where, there's two, they've been cool, they've been kicking it with each other on and off for some years. Everything is cool. Start having problems. That person kind of brought another person into the zone. That other person comes by the house and this and that, and they get down, and then the other person is still with them, is giving the red flag to go on and do what you want to do. But you doing what you want to do, that's okay. Just respect me. Don't bring that here. But I'm gonna do what I want to do. Where I find that kind of crazy is the man is okay with telling her that she can do what she want to do, but don't bring it here, don't bring it home. But then it's to be, I guess, accepted that he's bringing who he wants to the house. And that's why I pose this question. Why is it okay with sharing for some? You look at the whole big scope of the picture. You look at, you know, just like some who are in these marriages and situations. Excuse the cars by me, you guys. This is a car chronicle type of video today. I don't do much with getting out of the car unless I'm running right in the store and run out. So a lot of things is done right here and then getting to the house. And that's in between taking that medicine, because that medicine they got me on is woo, 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 woo. But anyway, some will get it to a point where, okay, it's okay for me to dish this out, but I'm not going to take it. And it's okay for me to accept it because I'm reaping all these things. I'm getting all these things from this person. They're taking care of home. They're taking care of my bills. They're helping me with my kids. They're, great in bed when we go there, this and that. They doing all these wonderful things, but they still want to go out and do other things with other people. So therefore, you're sharing. You're sharing what some would say That's mine. That's mine. And a lot of men look at it in terms of that way, where it's like once a man starts to do that clap on a regular, put that claim down, doing that clap, and maybe not even put the claim down. They're leaving their mark. They're doing that clap clap. And then as far as he's concerned, that's his. Now he may not have made a commitment with her. He may not have said, we're in this to win this, whatever. He's let it be known that, girl, I'm feeling you. I care about you. Sorry, y'all. I'm feeling you. I care about you. But let me move this over here. Okay. But I'm not going to share you. So, you know, you do what you want to do. But if I find out that you're doing some stuff with whoever, I'm out. Can't do you. It's something in the psyche when men know that they woman have, or their main kick it clapping queen, if you want to call it, is clapping with somebody else, but they haven't really made anything solid as far as being together. So it's okay for her to do it, but he just don't want to know about her doing it. But then the flip side of that, you guys, the flip side is, if he finds out she's doing it, he didn't want to know she was doing it, but if he finds out she's doing it, then she's not being loyal. She's a bop. She's a, be, blah, blah, she's all these things that is degrading because she has slipped and did some things with some other people, and basically because she had no relationship or status or tie with this person she's with, other than they care about each other, they clap, and it's all solid in that regards, but it's no relationship status. So, but it's hard for him to swallow. But why are some okay with it? Why is it okay to bring the the extra spice into the bedroom, the extra spice into the relationship? Some will even want you to agree that I got two women. In some countries, I got two wives. I got three wives. But let's just stick to our country, okay? But they want you to accept the fact that they have more than one. They let it be known in the beginning. They treat everyone great, good, respectfully, um, and everybody's happy. At least that's what they think. Y'all can't tell me, if you want something of true substance, if you want something that is truly to last, if you want something that complements the person and the character of who you are, why put yourself in a position to share? Ain't no money long enough. Ain't no clap clap good enough. Ain't no materialistic stuff you get me going outweigh whatever. Because look at here. Material things is what it is. It's material things. They look wonderful on the surface. They look great when you have them. You can have some good time and good fun and talk a good game with them. But at the end of the day, they're just material things. And material things can be here today and gone tomorrow. You can come home and, Lord forbid, your house is burnt to the ground and everything in it is gone. And I have been there years ago. It's nothing more detrimental than coming home to your apartment at the time and everything is gone. Momentums, trophies. I used to do hair, was in hair shows. baby pictures of your child, your furniture, your items, your important papers, everything is gone. It's nothing. It's devastating. So, with that being said, why would one put themselves in a position to compromise who they are and share and be okay with it? Be okay with someone else getting either more, less than you, or the same as you. So you're not really standing up at a certain status quo. You're it's kind of tilting, y'all. You're not standing up at a certain status quo in your relationship. Both of you are. And why is it okay for it to be accepting for men to say, okay, she needs to accept the fact that it's more than her. That's it. That's all. That's what it's gonna be. But I can't. I just can't get down like that. That's the same thing, And this is funny. It's making me think about, someone had brought to me also about wanting to include another in their bedroom clap. Their mate, they wanted to bring another in, and it was a woman who wanted to bring in another man. They had both knew this man. They had both been pretty comfortable with knowing this man. And they knew he was cool, took care of business, took care of himself, this and that. She wanted the other man in the midst of it to be able to fulfill her fantasy of having more than one man all into her, all over her, all about her in a way that was gratifying to whatever her thirsts and desires were, right? And her guy was like, oh, heck no. Uh-uh. We not doing that. We ain't bringing no another dude up in here. Now, we can go and get us another woman all day long. We can bring another woman up in here. That's okay. And, so they went back and forth to argue the fact. Her thing was, well, why is that? Why is it okay for us to bring another woman, another man? Excuse me, y'all, I'm trying to adjust this. Why is it okay for us to bring another woman in here, but not okay for me to bring a man? And his argument was, well, I don't get down with that kind of stuff like that, because that's just another dude just too close and up close and personal to me in my zone with who I'm getting down with, and I'm just not cool with it. He don't need to be sweaty and stanky and all up under me like that. That ain't cool. And are getting to the point where we're so close that things can kind of get excitable, and next thing you know, this person is touching and rubbing on you, and you're not into that. So, her thing was, no, it's not. I don't want it to be about that. It's about me. The focus on me. Just like, I guess with men, there's a few reasons why they like doing that. They like to watch their girl be with another woman. They like to watch the interchange of both of the women together in that way. It turns them on. They like to be in the midst of having two women all over them, and then also enjoying watching the two women into themselves or each other. A lot of men are into it for those reasons. Well, a woman, a lot of times, it's not really a big deal of him actually watching him and two dudes get down. She's not really, doing it for those reasons, but a lot of times the reason is mainly to focus on her. It's to fulfill her fantasy of having two at one time into her. And I think that a man should be open and fair about that. If you want to have things in that way yourself, then you should be open to we can do this either way. We can take it either way. You can have you a guy, I can have me a girl. If you're into those type of things. Now, I think that it's extremely risque when you are okay with sharing in any aspect. It's really risque because if you're okay with sharing as far as in your relationship and love for one another and having another man or having another woman, you run the risk of those two getting really, really caught up into each other where it may be bye-bye for you. You may lose out altogether. You just may. If you're wanting to have that interchangeable connection as far as the clap and the union of bringing more of that freaky bonding in your bedroom setting, um, then you really run the risk of losing your mate in that regard. It may be extremely the best thing they ever had in their life, whether it's with the same sex or with the opposite sex or whatever. But whoever the other person is that came into the piece of the mold literally rocked their boat more so than you rock it. You just do a little, and that person sent explosive waves, and they want to feel that over and over and over again if they could, right? So either they're going to want to keep getting down with that person in the midst of y'all because for some reason, for some, it makes them feel safer as far as feeling as though they're doing the right thing. They're not doing the wrong thing. It's not wrong for them to do this because guess what? Y'all all doing it together. So it's no sneaking. It's no going out, trying to just grab up on something and bring it home or go to their house. It's y'all doing it together. So you're kind of both giving the okay. Yeah, it's okay for us to be bold with this. And usually that's not long lived. If a person is okay doing it once or twice, as far as mixing somebody else in, sooner or later somebody's gonna say, that's enough. I fulfilled your freaky deaky fantasy, and now I'm done with it. Let's move on. Let's do something else. What else can we do to bring the excitement in this doggone union? And it comes to an end, and then you start having to seed and wondering if they are still trying to get with this person or what have you. But some are just okay with the sharing. They're literally okay. And I'm trying to find out, having this topic in all the different areas that we are, what makes it okay for some? What makes it okay? Is it a personal thing? Something within them that they're lacking, that they desire, that they need, that they want, that's making them feel that they're not worthy of having their own? Perhaps they grew up in a situation of always, being one to have to share, and maybe sharing is just something that they're so accustomed to. Perhaps they lived in a situation growing up where they saw a parent or two that did these type of things, so they grew up thinking and feeling as though it's okay, that it's not out of the norm, that it is perfectly fine for this type of thing to occur. um but I'm here to tell you, it's not the normal status for you to be in a position where you're okay with sharing. Hey, Ticket Black, what's up with it? Um, yeah, it's not okay for you to be in a mindset of acceptance that, okay, it's cool, let me share, it's all right, I don't deserve my own, I don't need my own, I don't want my own, I just want to share. And perhaps they don't want to share. It's just that it's to the point that the sharing is there, it's happening, and they find out, and they don't want to lose or stop doing what they're doing with who they're with. So, in order for them to continue with who they have, which that goes back to another video in regards to some will do what it takes just to have someone that they can call their own. So if accepting having a little piece of that person, some of that person, or that person on the day shift and somebody else got them on the night shift, or vice versa, they're all in it. They take it, they deal with it just to have somebody. So we don't know the dynamics behind why some are okay with sharing, but we can say that when you feel good about you, when you feel good about the quality of person that you are, of what you deserve, what you need, without compromising who you are, when you get to a point of discernment with that, there's just certain things you just not gonna take any kind of way. hmm Excuse me, y'all. I'm drinking with a straw. I ain't even supposed to be doing that, but I am. Um, you're just not supposed to be okay with that. You are the bomb. You are the prize. You are deserving of the whole a la mode. Not just a little piece, not just a little chunk, not just a little slurp, not just a little bite. You deserve the whole a la mode. If a person finds it necessary to have to go out and bring someone else into your zone, whether you're the other woman, whether you're the other man, or two or three, because some women got two, three men, just like some men got two, three women. It works both ways. I think I feel as though when women are really into a man and she's loving him and her morals is correct, she usually is more focused into just that man. If you are carrying baggage where you've been hurt, deceived, been in an loyal situation, you go into situations when you haven't unpacked your baggage, bringing in baggage, and sometimes you hurt the person that you are tangling with because you're still hurting. So, with you still hurting, then everyone that's connected to you is supposed to hurt too. Not fair. Whole nother topic for another day. But that's truly not fair. That is all bad. But when you're in a mindset of accepting um, that sharing the one you love, sharing the one that you thought was just into you. Now, I'm not talking about there's those situations where you meet somebody and before they met you, they were dating, they were doing their thing, and they have a list of friends, and you probably do too. And you come together, you go out on a few dates, and you say, I kind of like this person. I want to probably get to know this person. And, but you're not exclusive. You're not in a relationship with them. So until you get to that point, you still kind of keep your friends. You may start to wean down a little bit. Usually when you start really liking somebody, but you're still single, you may wean down, kicking it somewhat because you want to give more focus into this one that you're becoming more interested in. Some will even continue to sleep with one of their friends that they were sleeping with because they've already chipped on the ice with that. They know they can get it. They know it's cool. They know it's good. And then it gives them the time to focus on this new prize where they don't have to rush into that, where they don't have to do that so quickly, where they don't have to make that the main focus. They may desire each other in that way, but they start focusing in on things that matter more outside of the clap while they still hitting this other one. And then what happens is once they get real serious into this new one and they determine that they want to take things to another status level, then they will stop the clap with the other. Okay? So some have a whole justification and game of how they do things, and you can't really say it's wrong. You know, some will argue the fact that if they take someone out on a couple of dates and they like them, then they may decide to shut down all everything with everybody that they were connected to because now they want to focus on this new person. Well, that's a personal choice. I'm not saying just still hold on to your stable, but what I'm saying, that's your own personal choice of how you do things when you really are feeling someone. But you can't be mad at that other person if they're still kind of dating sometime other people until you become exclusive. Until you become exclusive is when you take things to a more serious level. There's some who will not even shut down house with everything until you put a ring on it. You put a ring on it, now you're talking. Now you're talking. And until then, they're like, I'm still on the market. You may be my number one go to, but I'm still on the market. I'm still on the market. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a mindset that everyone has that's different. I personally believe that when you get to a point and you get to a point of exclusive, being exclusive, that you both have pretty much given each other your bond and your word that you're going to be focused into them, that you're going to be only, seeing them in this way. It's not saying erase all your friends. I'm not saying, because sometimes we have cool friends that we're going to be friends with for life. So that's another situation. But as far as going out on new dates, as far as sleeping with somebody else and that kind of thing, you're not gonna do all that when you become exclusive. You shouldn't when you become exclusive with the one that you're interested in. Now, until it gets to that point, you don't have the right to dictate or delegate, and um, you have to be patient with the pace that one needs. Some need a slower pace. Some need a slower pace with you coming by their house. Some need a slower pace with you going by their house. Some need a slower pace with the first date. Maybe they just want to email, text, and talk on the phone for a while. Some may need to go out on quite a few dates. Some need to wait for a few months before they even think about trying to do anything physical. And usually, when they go there on that level of physical clap clap bonding, is usually we're in an exclusive relationship or we just a tip away. And some would prefer it to be on that level, because if you're just a tip away and you go there on that level and check it out, it ends up being whack, and then you're gonna be like, oh, okay. I mean, but it shouldn't be based on that, right? It shouldn't be based on that, because at that point you should know that, or feel that this is the person that I really want to invest, getting to know, spending time with, and hopefully going in a very serious direction with, right? Same thing with some people who wait until they're married to clap, which is definitely the wonderful thing to do. If they can go there and do that, well, your first time or two may be whack, but because you have established so much more outside of the realm of clapping, and you've connected in so many ways, and you have that true love, loyalty, togetherness, and that friendship and that spiritual connection with one another, and that all that stuff grows and comes together. So even if it's kind of off the first couple of times, it gets better because everything else passionately is there. So it's the same dynamics with um, making sure that you are in a zone, you are mentally focused, you are not shortchanging yourself, and you are dealing with someone who is patient. Excuse the music, this car next to me is getting ready for the Halloween weekend. His music is boom, 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 boom. So, and we have to learn to be patient with one another. We have to learn to respect what another person wants and how they want it. And if you're truly interested, you're going to respect that. If you truly into someone and love them for who they are and value the prize that you have, no, you're not going to want to share. You're not. You're just not going to want to share. You have to get inside yourself and ask yourself, what is it? Why do I feel the need to have to share in regards to how many women I have, in regards to how many men I do, in regards to I love the draws off this person, but I just need to have somebody else in the bedroom too. Start finding out within yourself why you need to go there. Because it's some, you know, I've had some say, well, no, the bedroom thing with me and Boo is wonderful. It's off the roof. Best I didn't had. But I'm just I'm into swinging and doing some other flingings. And the person that I end up being with forever is going to have to be down for that. I had one person tell me they was looking for a wife, and in order to find a wife, she had to be open to being able to get down with a woman too. And I mean, no disrespect or trying to belittle nobody. I'm just like, wow, really? So you would make that a determining factor whether you married a person or not, regardless of loving them, regardless of what you say, Ticket Black. You had no qualm. Oh man, the screen went off before I can read that. Hit that again so I can read it right quick. I can't see it with the video going right now, but yeah, they were looking for the wife, and they said they could not. They had one that everything was in place. She was wonderful. She had morals. She was beautiful. She was well kept. She took care of business. She took care of home. She cooked. He cooked. They both shared in the household duties. It was they loved traveling. They loved doing things together. It was a bomb. But she was not open to with another woman. So what? He decided not to pop that question. He decided to end the relationship because when he found out after hitting her with it 3 times, I think the first time it was kind of new, the second time they had a little time in, and then the third time it was like a year in. And he's, I'm gonna bring it up one more time because it's a desire of mine. I don't want to cheat on my girl. She's the one. I really feel like she's the one, but she got to be able to want to do this. And she looked him in his eyes and told him, I've told you no from the beginning, and I'm going to tell you no again. No. No. I ain't doing that. And they broke up. And he still, adult club, and was how open an older couple was. Yeah, Ticket. What's interesting too is that some would think, because the couple is older, and they probably not with it, they not about it, they don't want to. There is a lot of older, mature, wiser couples out here that didn't had a chance to live and go through some things in life and really get in tune with what they want, what they like, what they need, and they are open. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do have to have a lot of conversation. You have to converse about it. And that's why the getting to know phase in the beginning is so important. That's why to jump right into this so soon, before other things are connected in the minds and the heart and the desires and the wants, if you don't have all that on your foundational plane, have went across it, have talked about it, have laid it out, and it's gonna come back to bite you yet. What, a year later? You'll be like, what? And you didn't wasted this time, energy, and focus into this person. Your emotions is there, but you find out because you really didn't talk about it the way you should have, or took it serious. Because some people think Oh, they coming at me like that, talking about they like this and that. They must be playing. Boy, bye. You had too much to drink. And they'll try to dismiss it. But really, it's how they feel. And back to what I was saying previously, there's a lot more older, mature couples that are really in tune of being open. They're open in their relationships. They're open to their clap and being able to be spontaneous and just to find out other delights that will enhance and turn them on, and they're really open to it. And I'm not speaking down on nobody. That if that's you, do you, boo boo. If that's you, I mean, if that works for you as a couple, then that's wonderful. There is some couples that have very, very wonderful open relationships. Their relationship is like the bomb because they both are on that page. But the point I'm making in this conversation is when you are really into someone and you both are on the same plane of wanting to really, sprout this into something that's meaningful, you really don't want to have to share what's yours. You don't want to really put that risk in the midst of that because not only could you get yourself tripped up, but there's diseases. There's diseases that you can't get rid of. There's kids that can come about, pregnancies, unwanted, stuff like that. There's a lot of consequences that could, happen with you being really open. And my advice to those who are open and do that, you have to really have some stipulation and guidelines and rules. First of all, you must use condoms. That is like the it and all. You must use condoms. And you got to have some rules. Are we going to do this once? Are we gonna do this 3 times? Or is it just open ended? We're gonna do it whenever we want to do it with each other. Can we do this without the other? That's another big one. What if that third leg call one day and the other person is not available? Better communication than society norms dictate. Yeah, yeah. It is really odd. The dynamics is something else. You're right, but and these are things that we think about and we sit in the midst of, and we weigh and we sit up and ponder on, but no one really wants to talk about it. They don't want to put these things on the table. They think something's wrong with them if they bring this, especially with a new association with someone. You're connecting with first time with someone and or two, and you want to be upfront about your openness and what you're looking for, and you like to do this, that. Sometimes they're kind of reluctant of bringing that out because they don't want to be judged or looked upon in a way of weird. That person is weird, that type of thing. But the most important thing is the communication, and it also should I would say walk hand in hand with maturity. You have to be mature, and you have to be at a point where you understand yourself and you understand your needs, wants, and desires, and no one can shake or alter that, because sometimes people will they will change what they really want and how they want things based on I think my camera is kind of freezing, you guys. They'll change it based on just to appease the other person. Well, let me just be cool because I mean, I really like them, and they made it known that they don't really want to go this route. So in order to not lose them, I need to follow their lead. And then they end up, resentment builds up later, and it's like, oh man, I lost me. So my advice is to be you, do you. Okay. um Openness, there's nothing to be judged about that. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But I'm here to tell you, If you have something of quality and substance, if you're really into and love and care the person that you do have, the situation that you do have, don't sell yourself short by sharing. Don't be the other woman and know it and you're okay with it. Don't be the other dude or two and you're okay with it when you have become exclusive. And if you are not exclusive, excuse me, and you see yourself getting to a certain point where you're going down the same road and this is kind of growing and we're developing emotions, then it's time to really talk about what we doing. What, are you walking my walk? Am I talking your talk? What? Okay, I'm not trying to put no pressure on it, but what we doing here? So it's time at that point to have that talk. If you are wanting an open-ended type of relationship where you need and want, for whatever your personal reasons is, to have two and three people in with you and your mate, you better put all that down on the table early. You better put it. I'm not saying your first date over dinner, first thing while you're eating on that chicken, hey, by the way, I like to have like three or four in the bedroom at the same time. How about you? While she's getting ready to choke on her chicken salad. That's not the time to do that, and that's not how you do that. So you have got to find the right timing, and you have got to be straight up with what you want, how you want it, and people will respect that more. They will respect you as a man or a woman, and you give them the opportunity to decide, to choose if they want to be a part of your craziness. If it sounds crazy to them, do I really want? Okay, before this get too caught up, maybe I just need to. I need to boy bye or girl bye or hi hi. I mean, one or the other. You got to make a decision, okay? So those are something to think about, you guys. I got to go. I got to go. But I wanted to reach out today on a Saturday and have this wonderful grown folk talk. And, you know, again, like I say, see what works for you. See what works for you. Do you want to share? If not, don't. Don't. If you're the other person and don't want to be, don't. Don't. Ain't nobody got no noose around your neck. Look at your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful self in the mirror and say, I deserve a whole lot more and a bag of chips too. All right? So on that note, y'all have a wonderful Saturday. Remember to join us tomorrow, Sunday, 7:30 p.m. We will be here for our live grown folk table talk with Donna Smith, and have some good little conversations going on across the board. So I look forward to seeing you guys. I believe the 49ers game is earlier in the day, so it shouldn't be no conflict. You guys should be able to comfortably enjoy what we do. And on that note, have you a wonderful, fantastic weekend. Remember, most importantly, to love you, okay? And do that first before you can love anybody else, okay? I got to go, y'all. Have a good day. Bye.